Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. Hi, I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, please do not try to make it fit. Okay. Watch out for scammers in the comment section. I do not reach out. This is my disclaimer. It is not me. I do really appreciate all of you for liking and subscribing. Helps me build my channel. I really need all of the people who are watching this video. If you have not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. This will help me a great deal. You would not believe. Okay, thank you very much for your comments. And also, if anyone feels inclined to help with a donation, there is a link for PayPal. Plus, I think you could probably see it right there. Okay. We are going to start with an oracle card. And right now, I am pulling from Crystals, the Stone Deck. We'll do one of these, and then we'll do 3 cards for the message for today. Okay, Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me for the message for today's timeless energy. Spirit guide me for the message for today's timeless energy. Okay, and there we go. Let's see what we have. Astrophyllite. Astrophyllite gets its name from the Greek words for star and leaf. It forms in precise brown-orange metallic blades that contain titanium and iron. Very rare and very expensive. It's found in only a few isolated locations like Pikes Peak in Colorado and in Norway and Quebec. Who needs it? Anyone with a permission slip for an intergalactic field trip. Where to put it? Wherever you go to blow the lid off. When to use it? When it's time to step outside of yourself, like way outside. Call on the energy of Astrophyllite to electrify you with superhero purpose so you can take flight and unlock your highest potential. Well, it's pretty rare, especially if it's only located in 3 specific places. That looks like a pretty good card. Okay, normally we have 3 cards for the message. And I'm using my white metallic, which were a gift. Will Spirit guide me for today's timeless energy message? Spirit guide me for today's timeless energy message. Was Archangel Michael protect us and guide us with today's timeless energy message? Okay. I have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is in the reverse. We're going to pull 2 more cards here. Bear with me. Spirit guide me for today's timeless energy message. Asking for the guidance of Archangel Michael and protection from the highest God. Please guide me with the timeless. Okay, what we have here is 8 of Swords, and this is also in reverse. One more card for the timeless energy message for this video. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. One more card. One more card. One more card for the energy of this message. Spirit guide me. One more card. Okay, I have the Five of Pentacles. And this is in the upright. Okay. Good. So let's take a look at what we're looking at. I like to use the chakras as clarifiers. Anybody who's watched me before, and yes, I do verify a little bit on the basic general descriptions of the chakras on occasion for reminder purposes because of my memory. But your Queen of Pentacles is your third eye. Now that's your intuitive ability. There's more to it, and I'll go into that more. The Eight of Swords is your solar chakra, and that is having the willpower, basically, to change anything in your life. This could be connected to prioritizing your health. But it could also be that you have goals and you have plans on achieving your goals. The health is sticking out with this here on me today. The third card is the throat chakra, the Five of Pentacles. Now, with the Five of Pentacles, you know who you are, and you're not afraid to show it. And you say, do, and think what makes you feel authentic, which means, well, it's basically what I'm thinking of is with the Five of Pentacles. You can pretty much tell by watching what a person really does with their energy. If you know them well enough and you spend enough time around them, what they do, what their habits are, what motivates them, what they like, the authenticity of a person. There are a lot of ways to put misinformation out there or give the wrong impression, but usually the closer a person is to you, the more authentic or the better they should know you. It's not always the case, but that's the general idea. It's not always the case. Trust me. If you have the wisdom of an older person and you have paid attention, you might find on occasion that somebody totally misses it. And you could probably drive yourself crazy trying to figure out what's going on in another person's head. But the Queen of Pentacles is where we're going to start. And we are in reverse. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this is an energy of being bad with finances. Maybe someone who's trying to show off, or maybe somebody who's irresponsible or greedy. Now, normally the Queen of Pentacles as a person is a nurturer. It's a nurturing person, the Earth Mother. This is the energy where the Queen would break down the responsibilities that needed to be handled into small pieces and deal with them in the simplest way. That's why they call it the Earth Mother. You've got a flock of responsibility, and you know what? You're going to get overwhelmed if you just work on one and just leave the rest. So a mother, a really, really good one, will work on several things simultaneously. And switch out and switch back and switch out and switch back. Not all mothers do that, but you know, the thing about it is most successful people, and this can apply to men as well. There is no gender in the tarot. The best way not to do it is by sticking to a specific gender. But the Queen of Pentacles is assessing your finances, and in reverse, it is saying bad with finances. Now, the Queen of Pentacles would always find a bargain, but in reverse, maybe it's just a lot easier to get that full price and not look for the bargain. Or in some cases, in reverse, it would be the energy of insisting that everything that you're dealing with be completely brand new, that you're not dealing with anything that's secondhand, that is beneath you. Okay. Now, the third eye chakra is an intuitive ability. In reverse, we are dealing with the possibility that you're dealing with somebody who's very lazy. Now, I know that I had the health poking out there, because the Queen of Pentacles is ruled by Virgo and it has Uranus. And this does have the health. And normally it's practical, and the practical is in reverse. So with the finances, we're talking that you're not handling your finances as carefully as you might be able to. But the health has been sticking out at me here. So maybe you're not paying attention to health concerns that you should be addressing. In some cases, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is suspicion. Lacking in caring for your responsibilities could also be lacking in caring for the responsibility of your medical needs, because health is really, really throwing itself out at me. But you know what? It also could be someone who's not being honest about their medical problems. Because, you know, you have some people that go out there and they put all their medical problems right out there for everybody to see. I don't know what you're gaining from that, but you know what? If it's attention, you'll probably get it. But there are also people who do the exact opposite on that spectrum. They never seem to have the time to address their health needs. Sometimes they can't go to a physician because of insurance. And sometimes they know they're sick, but they're not putting it out there because they don't want that kind of attention. So this is sticking out to me, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The laziness, being bad with the finances, maybe being a show-off, but also with the health concerns, not being honest about your bad health. The health is sticking out really big time because the Virgo, it has to do with being practical, which of course, if you're lazy and you're bad with finances, you're not being practical. But the health has been sticking out really strong since I drew the card. Alright, let's move on to the Eight of Swords. And it's also in reverse. The Eight of Swords can have something to do with imprisonment. This does not necessarily have to be being put into a jail. Because in the most part, when you're talking about tarot readings, imprisonment can be in your mind. Your mind is your jailer. You're trapped in something that is not healthy. An unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy way that your mind is going around. In reverse, this is moving towards freedom or releasing yourself from that energy. So, where you don't feel like you're able to move forward, or you don't feel like you should say anything, there's some kind of restriction that stops you from being honest. This could describe a person who's bedridden. And again, there's your health. But it's in reverse. And in reverse, the Eight of Swords is actually going into releasing yourself. With the Gemini energy, if you're dealing with a person, you're dealing with a Virgo, you're dealing with a Gemini, you're dealing with a Taurus. But with the Gemini energy of inconsistent, and the Jupiter energy of, well, with the Jupiter energy, it can be benevolent. And normally I would say abundance or philanthropist. But with that health message like popping right out at me, when moving towards freedom, if you've been bedridden or had health problems, maybe you're releasing yourself from this. Your mental stability, where you maybe you're not trusting, you're feeling suspicious. This is a mental health. Okay, maybe you're moving away from that. Or maybe it doesn't matter anymore because something has happened that's freed you altogether from that feeling of being trapped. But with the Gemini and the Jupiter, we're talking inconsistent energy. The Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so we're dealing with a person that's very fluent in their ability to communicate. That does not necessarily mean that they're being honest. And if your gut instinct or your instinct with your third eye is throwing out suspicious energy, the communication could be coming from someone that you don't completely trust. Maybe you don't trust their motives. You could be completely wrong because, see, this is the third eye and it is in reverse. So this might be indicating that your gut instinct is telling you that maybe you can't trust. But maybe you're not accurate on that completely. In some cases, I've learned that your suspicions or your lack of trust, which is one of my biggest faults, what's always helped me, and on a personal note, would be to learn as much as you can to be able to verify the truth or the accuracy of whatever it is you're dealing with. And once you have the accuracy or the truth and it's sitting right in front of you, then you can build the trust and get over this lack, this insecurity. See, you know who you are, and you're not afraid to show it. And the Gemini being inconsistent, but you know who you are. The problem with insecurity and a lack of trust is that you're not always sure who you're dealing with. And with the Jupiter energy of being benevolent, now we had the energy over here of the possibility where maybe you might be afraid of actually saying what you think. And we have the energy over here of the health. Maybe you're not being completely honest about the health situation that you're dealing with. Well, as long as you know what's going on, you do not necessarily have to share that information with other people. Because then you can feel safe and assured that it's not going to go any farther, right? But if you're not dealing with the responsibility of, especially if you're in the bedridden situation, of making some kind of improvements, and this could be finance, but this could be health. You can't be lazy about it. You can't be irresponsible about it. You know that there's a problem, or maybe someone else is possibly making some very serious, what you would consider handling something the wrong way. That might not be the case with the way they're thinking of it. So we're talking about indecisive, we're talking about inconsistent. We are talking about the ability to communicate with Mercury because of the Gemini is Mercury. And you know, the Five of Pentacles right here, that is also Mercury. It is Taurus with Mercury, which rules communication. Now, with the throat chakra of this energy, your imagination can be very, very, very active. So here we have your intuition, which is in reverse, and here you have your imagination can be running active. I mean, like running so fast around the block that everyone's having a difficult time keeping up with you. This could be, if your imagination is running like completely out of control, the truth of the matter is a few facts and being able to verify or prove that it is your imagination would solve the problem right away. Well, the Five of Pentacles is loss most often. It has to do with poverty. And if you have somebody or the energy of somebody who's not being responsible with finances, of course, you're going to reach a point where there's going to be poverty or loss. Now, it doesn't have to be a financial catastrophe. This could just be that money could get a little tight. And the feelings, though, of the Five of Pentacles would be, maybe you've developed a fear of reaching out. Feelings of isolation can be overwhelming. This would go with the insecurity, feeling of being isolated in what you're dealing with, and your insecurity or your lack of trust, and you might not feel like you've got anybody to really share that with, especially if it's a trust matter, something that you can't prove. And you've got no one to talk with that about. We all know what happens when we communicate with the things that are closest to our heart. It doesn't stop with the person that you communicate with. It moves on, or it gets written down and put into a chart somewhere and filed in a medical room. Okay, so some people might have a fear of reaching out for help or sharing how they feel. And this comes right down to insecurity and trust. This could also have to do with health and or finances. If you've lost hope that anything might improve or change. This could be dealing with a situation where it's one-sided, a third-party situation in some cases, where you get breadcrumbed and a second party does not, and your insecurities, your fears of loss, and your imagination stem from what you're actually looking at. Unhealthy lifestyles or bad money management, okay? With taking responsibility for the downfall might not necessarily be part of what you're dealing with, because, you know, obviously, in this case, someone else is making the choices. But this could be the reversal of this bad trend. This could be the reversal. And like I said, this could be just at a certain period of time, a temporary pinch. But if it's a mental thing, or the health thing, where you're lacking in trust, or you're dealing with something that you're not revealing, maybe having to connect it with your health, or maybe you're not feeling that you can be honest or share how you're feeling about certain things with someone, This could be a complete struggle. The Five of Pentacles in the upright could not only be a temporary hardship, this could lead to bad luck or homelessness. I mean, if you're dealing with somebody who's financially responsible, and I know I'm switching back and forth from health to finance, but the health stuck out. And it wouldn't be good for your health if you ended up on the streets anyways, would it? Once you're there, it's really, really hard to find anybody that's actually going to help you. And this energy on this card is you're not taking any risks. You're dealing with the throat chakra, you know who you are, and you're not having any problem letting a person know exactly who you are, especially if you've got a little bit of an ego thing or a God complex and you think you're better than the person that you're dealing with. You're going to let them know exactly what you think and who you are. And this does have to do with communication. But this could lead to homelessness. The energy is not taking risks. So this irresponsible, this laziness, this possible health concern, maybe even bedridden, or unemployed in this situation here. Maybe you've lost your job and you're not willing to actually share that personal information with somebody that you just recently met. This could lead to homelessness. This could lead to bad health. The Mercury energy in this card is not only communication, but also another card that links to health. It also could be a trickster energy, which denotes again that you're dealing with a person who doesn't want to be honest, or a person who maybe you're suspicious of that they're not being honest, and you don't have any way to prove otherwise. So this is what I'm looking at here. I don't know if you've gotten quite the energy of what I have just actually covered. With the temporary financial situation or possible homeless, it could be caused by unemployment, the communication and the lack of trust, where somebody in here is not being honest about something, or because every reader says, oh, somebody's not being honest. It could simply be the energy of someone who is embarrassed, doesn't have the confidence to reach out and have an honest conversation about certain things that they might have feelings about. Maybe they're being taken advantage of, and it's draining their bank account. And they're too embarrassed to admit it. This is financial irresponsibility, laziness, lack of responsibility, and possibly bad health. This is health, poverty, and homelessness. And with the Gemini energy of this Swords card here, we have inconsistency, how you feel at the moment. Now it could have to do with, abundance, but I don't see abundance in any of these other cards. I see communication. I see trickster, I see health, I see loss of finances or irresponsibility with finances. And with this here, we are trying to be free of what is trapped in our mind. This is in our mind. So this isn't something that's, everybody's talking about. This is probably something that is highly your imagination, in your mind, something that you're feeling insecure about, something that's causing you anxiety, stress, or bad health. Or something that's leading you to the possibility of poverty, homelessness. And the bottom line is your inability to reach out for help or advice because of your embarrassment. I think that we've got that covered pretty much. Well, let me see here. Unlocking your highest potential. But it does say wherever you go to blow the lid off. Sometimes when you don't know how to talk to the people that are closest to you, you will go off. And when you're around strangers who could care less and really don't know where you live, blow off or vent. And this is really right there in the middle of the card. Blow it off. Blow off. Blow the lid off. Unless you're not feeling comfortable having a direct conversation or you feel restricted about talking about how you feel about certain things with this message. Go off and discuss it with somebody who doesn't know who you are and where you live. Do that little venting thing. Get it out of your system. You know, the thing about it is, you hold it in, you're going to make yourself sick, and there's that health card again twice. Health, health. Loss, loss. Reach out to someone. You don't have to trust them. As a matter of fact, in some cases, depending on the topic that you want to talk about or vent about, it might be better for you if it is a stranger. And thank you very much for coming back and visiting me with Timeless Energy today. Don't forget to press like. By all means, we are desperate to build up our subscribers. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. Press that subscribe button. I do appreciate your comments. Any donations, there is a link for PayPal right here. If you can't see it, I think it's in the box too somewhere. But by all means, come back and visit Timeless Energy again sometime. I always have my shorts, and I have my Out the Door Tarot, which it comes out every morning as best as I can. And thank you very, very much for your time and energy today.